There was one thing the New York Giants could not do this season, and it was ruin Jaxson Dart, and Mike Kafka is doing his best job to make sure that that happens. You're watching Giants Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green. I went back and watched the tape of Jaxson Dart this morning. I took a deep dive into his stats, and I am once again pissed off with this football team and how Mike Kafka is coaching and using Jaxson Dart. I want to set the stage with this. The final straw for Brian Daboll when he got fired, not by Joe Schoen, by John Marin ownership, was that he could not protect Jaxson Dart. That is why he was fired. Not because he couldn't get Jaxson Dart to play well. Not because he couldn't beat the Eagles on primetime, which he did. Not because he couldn't win games with Jaxson Dart. It was because he could not protect him. Well, now Mike Kafka is protecting him, and he has him playing like an undrafted free agent. Shouldn't that mean a little bit more? This is what I mean. Brian Daboll, when he was the head coach with the New York Giants, Jaxson Dart was the consensus runaway rookie of the year, completing 62.7% of his passes, throwing for 203 yards per game, almost 1.5 passing touchdowns per game, averaging less than half an interception thrown per game, and he was getting to the end zone on the ground with his feet one time per game. 7 rushing touchdowns in 7 games. Insert Mike Kafka, and every single one of Jaxson Dart's stats are worse. His completion percentage drops from 62.7 to 60.3. His passing yards per game dropped from 203 to 140. He's throwing 1 passing touchdown per game compared to 1.5. His interceptions have almost doubled, and he has not touched pay dirt on the ground one time. Think about it like this. When Brian Daboll was the head coach of the New York Giants, Jaxson Dart was on pace to throw for 3,441 yards and 24 passing touchdowns to just 7 interceptions and 769 rushing yards with 17 rushing touchdowns. That means that Jaxson Dart was on pace to score 41 touchdowns with Brian Daboll. And then here comes Mike Kafka, neutering Jaxson Dart, taking his 8-month-old puppy to the vet, saying, chop his balls off. We're not able to win games with him anymore. 2,368 passing yards, 17 passing touchdowns, 4 more interceptions, 249 less rushing yards, and zero rushing yards or rushing touchdowns. So on average, Mike Kafka has Jaxson Dart playing at a pace of making him 1,100 yards worse as a passer, 7 touchdowns worse as a passer, 4 more interceptions as a passer, 250 less rushing yards, and 17 less rushing touchdowns. 41 projected touchdowns with Brian Daboll and 17 with Mike Kafka. He has ruined Jaxson Dart. He's taken his confidence. He's taken the ability to let him play away, and he doesn't let him be Jaxson Dart anymore. 63 less passing yards per game, 15 less rushing yards per game, 1.5 less touchdowns per game. And Brian Daboll, he won 2 games with Jaxson Dart. Mike Kafka's still looking for his first win with Jaxson. He's ruined him. He is ruining him. I don't want to say ruin because I still believe in Dart. And I believe if he gets a competent coach in here and you blast Mike Kafka to the sun, you might still have something there. I'm still standing 10 toes down and supporting Jaxson Dart. I've seen enough this year to know that he could be a successful quarterback in this league with the right talent and the right coaching around him. Hopefully, these next 3 games change the opinion of ownership. Because ownership, all they thought was, we just need a CEO-type head coach. We got the talent. We got the coordinators. We just need someone to make these men accountable. No, you need someone that can coach Jaxson Dart. You need someone that can put Jaxson Dart in positions to be successful. Not for him to throw the ball 11 times in week 16 of his rookie year. What was the point of playing Jaxson Dart yesterday? What, so he could work on his handoffs? So he could work on taking snaps under center? So he could get you a look on how a quarterback would look in an Army versus Navy football game? I don't understand. You're eliminated from the playoffs. You're eliminated from winning 6 games this year. You're going to be picking inside the top 5. The only thing that should matter at this point is developing Jaxson Dart. Instead, Mike Kafka put a game plan in all week long to try to win the game on the ground. And when I say on the ground, I mean the strongest commitment to the ground game I've ever seen. If you're Mike Kafka's wife, you got to be fired up because you're never getting a divorce. He's committed no matter what happens. His first completion yesterday came with 1 minute and 48 seconds left, not in the first quarter, in the first half. You played, 28 minutes of football before Jaxson Dart threw the football to one of his receivers and it was caught. You should be fired, and you should never be allowed to coach in the NFL again. And oh yeah, it was such an explosive pass play. It got you 2 yards. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 13 times Jaxson Dart threw the football yesterday. What was the point? Mike Kafka, you're supposed to be the offensive coordinator. You drew up a game plan that resulted in 15 net passing yards for the New York Giants yesterday? You couldn't. And remember this, what we said at the top of the show. Brian Daboll's final straw to being fired was because he could not protect Jaxson Dart, because he was putting him in harm's way. Jaxson Dart got sacked how many times yesterday? Are we going to fire Mike Kafka for not keeping him safe? What about we fire him for ruining the only thing that Giants fans are positive about right now? You've taken our hope, you've balled it up, and you threw it into the fucking trash. It's unbelievable what Mike Kafka has done for Jaxson Dart. Unreal. With the holiday season here, you might be looking to get a gift, and if it's a chain or an awesome piece of jewelry, get hooked up with GLD. Go to GLD.com, use that promo code chat, and get 50% off. Buying men's jewelry used to be a nightmare, especially during the holidays when you wanted something meaningful that wouldn't fall apart. It was low-quality junk that snapped after a week, or it was insanely overpriced with ridiculous markups. That's why I rock with GLD. They only use real gold, none of that cheap stuff. Every single stone is meticulously hand set, and every single piece is guaranteed for life. It's literally built to last the rest of your life. And they got an awesome deal going on right now. When you use the promo code chat, you get 50% off. They hooked me up with this awesome chain and this beautiful New York Knicks pendant. If you're a Knicks fan or a Giants fan, you're in luck because they have deals with the NBA, NFL, WNBA, MLB, NCAA, MLS, and even DC Comics. Work hard and change the game. Right now, GLD is making holiday shopping easy. For a limited time only, new customers get an insane deal. Use code CHAT to get 50% off at GLD.com. That's 50% off with the code CHAT at GLD.com. After your purchase, they'll ask where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them that we sent you. I'll say this. When you fired Brian Daboll, you were essentially mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. So as an organization, you should have a sit down on what the goal is for the remaining games on the schedule. And yes, winning is important, but the most important thing was developing Jaxson Dart, making sure that every single time Jaxson Dart went on the football field, it was a learning opportunity. It was a growing opportunity. What did Dart learn yesterday? How did Dart get better yesterday? The only thing left to do this season was to develop the rookie quarterback. Not selfishly, from an interim head coach spot in Mike Kafka, try to muck up the game and win it in an Army-Navy style to save your job in the NFL. Mike Kafka put a bigger importance on him remaining a coach in the NFL, whether it be as a head coach for the Giants or an offensive coordinator for the Giants. He placed a bigger importance on that than trying to develop the first-round pick at the quarterback spot for this organization. And what's even funnier is, if Jaxson Dart looked good over these last 3 games, you might have been the offensive coordinator. But instead, you had him complete his first pass under the 2-minute warning in the first half, and you will never be a head coach in this league. Not only has Mike Kafka refused to develop Jaxson Dart, refused to teach him, refused to help him grow, put him in spots where he can learn from experience, he's turned him into a far worse quarterback. He looks like a shell of himself. His feet are worse. His mechanics are worse. His decision-making is worse. Has he been coached at all since Brian Daboll has been fired? And think about it like this. Brian Daboll had Jaxson Dart on a 41-touchdown pace, 3,500 passing yards. He won 2 games with him. And the opponents that Dart played when Daboll was the coach were far better than the opponents that Mike Kafka has coached when Dart was quarterback. The teams that Brian Daboll played when Jaxson Dart was the quarterback had a .663 winning percentage, about 11-6 average win-loss record. Mike Kafka, under 500. You lost to Max Brosmer and the Vikings. You lost to Marcus Mariota in Washington. 2 teams that don't want to win games anymore. You have our rookie quarterback looking like a shell of himself. Our rookie quarterback is now being memed on the internet. He's the new J.J. McCarthy. You haven't been the joke of the NFL this year outside of late blown leads. My phone was blown up yesterday about Jaxson Dart. Pictures of his stat line. 1 for 5 at the first half. You are embarrassing yourselves, your players, and your fans once again. Way to go, John Mara. This whole year was supposed to be about developing Jaxson Dart. Remember? We said it all summer long. Not about wins and losses. In theory, if Jaxson Dart played well, you would have won games. You weren't able to do that. And you're not even placing an importance on him being better every single week. When John Mara meddles, bad things happen. And what I mean by that is he fired Brian Daboll. And look, I said time and time again that Brian Daboll should be fired. He earned the right to be fired. But you can go back to the day that he was fired midseason, and I had my questions about how Jaxson Dart would play going forward. I was worried. And now my worries are a reality. I believe the New York Giants are ruining Jaxson Dart. You've taken his swag away. You've taken his fastball away. What he does best, you don't even want him to do it anymore. It's always a talking point in the offseason. Is a team ready for a rookie quarterback? Do they have the infrastructure to support a rookie quarterback? Do they have the O-line? Do they have the receivers? Do they have this? Do they have that? John Mara wasn't ready for a rookie quarterback. Your owner wasn't ready for a rookie quarterback. Your owner doesn't know how to support a rookie quarterback. Brian Daboll had Dart as the consensus runaway rookie of the year. He had your offense humming for the first time in God knows how long. And you fired him because he had Jaxson Dart run the football, and Jaxson Dart slid and then hit his head on the back of the Soldier Field turf and got a concussion? You didn't think that maybe firing the guy that wanted to draft him, that developed him, had a plan, stuck his neck out for him, and made him look successful? You didn't think firing him and handing the keys to Mike Kafka, who has never had success in this league as a coordinator, outside of getting Daniel Jones 15 passing touchdowns, you thought that was going to be a good idea for Jaxson Dart? When John Mara meddles, it is always the worst thing for the New York Giants. It always is. He stepped in and he fired Brian Daboll. He's now telling Mike Kafka, do not let Jaxson Dart run. He's not ready for a rookie quarterback because all of these good rookie quarterbacks run. Watch Drake May. He runs. Watch Caleb Williams. He runs. Watch Jaden Daniels. He runs. John Mara took away Dart's superpower. He said, you can't run anymore. You've got to sit in the pocket and you got to find a way to get the ball to, Wan'Dale Robinson. Oh, no, you got to get the ball to Darius Slayton. You got to get the ball to Drops McGee and Theo Johnson. This is essentially what they told him. You're on offensive coordinator number 2 in your rookie year. Go be a pocket passer without wide receiver 1, without running back 1, and throw the ball to Wan'Dale, Slayton, and Theo. They could not have screwed this kid up even more. And you're once again, not only in the top 3 of the NFL draft, people are pointing, laughing, and making you look stupid. But you already do that yourself. That's why you have the most losses this year, the most losses over the last 2 years, the most losses over the last 3 years, and the most losses since 2017. What the Giants have that is successful, John Mara, ownership, and this football team will screw it up. I can't believe we're here. 7 of 13 for 33 yards. And look, did Jaxson Dart play well? No. But I don't believe he was prepared, and I don't believe that he was put in a spot to be successful. He for sure wasn't coached by a coach that says, we're going down swinging. We're going to be aggressive. No, you're not. Hopefully you're going to be aggressive when you sell your house and you buy a new house somewhere else, Mike Kafka. If you want the Giants to get the number 1 pick, hit that thumbs up icon. Make sure you have hit that like button, and make sure you are following me over on social media. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram @MarshallGreen_.